What is going on, guys? Matt O'Leary back with another video. In today's video, I want to get into a New York Jets storyline about a former player and also the New York Jets feeling very comfortable with their safety group. So after the 2023 season, the New York Jets decided to let Mekhi Becton walk, and I think that was the right decision. Unfortunately, it did not work out for Mekhi Becton and the New York Jets. They drafted him in the first round of the 2020 draft. It was Joe Douglas's first draft pick. He had a very promising rookie season before back-to-back injuries. Missed the entire 2022 season because he got hurt in training camp, and in 2021 got hurt the first game of the year, so essentially didn't play for 2 years. Came back last year, worked his way back to get healthy, which was really cool. Played right tackle and left tackle, but unfortunately really struggled for the New York Jets. So I thought it was best for both sides to just move on, and that was the Jets' decision at the end of the day, and he signs on with the Philadelphia Eagles for depth. Now, he had a couple interesting quotes in a press conference today as the Philadelphia Eagles are doing their portion of OTAs, and these two things I think are going to stand out and I think are going to bother some Jet fans. The first, I'm willing to do anything. My arm length can help me inside versus defensive tackles. The second, I'm happier here. So the first part of that is willing to do anything, and that goes to show you his mindset right now for switching positions, which the Eagles have played him inside at left guard. He is huge to play left guard, which is really interesting. I don't know how that transition is going to go. Clearly, he seems a little excited about it because he thinks his length is going to help him against the defensive tackles. But remember just a year or two ago when he was talking about I'm the left tackle? I wish he kind of had that mindset a little bit more with the New York Jets. And I'm not putting all the blame on Mekhi Becton for why things went wrong with the Jets. That's not what I'm doing here, nor do I think that's fair. I think if you're looking at it objectively, I think both sides have some blame in this one. I think Mekhi Becton, while seemingly somewhat easy to root for and a good kid, I have nothing against Mekhi Becton. I just think he handled some things poorly, and not wanting to change positions or being so adamant that he's a left tackle, it was probably not the right way to go about it. We also know how he showed up in 2021 versus how he showed up in 22 and 23, and he got into really great shape, which is good. That makes me very happy that he was able to do that, but unfortunately, I think the mindset wasn't there for him with the New York Jets, and I'm sure there's other external factors. There was the subtweet at Jets offensive line coach Keith Carter. I'm not going to get up here and defend Keith Carter because that's clearly something that I just don't feel comfortable doing. But that goes into the next part where he's saying, I'm happier here with the Philadelphia Eagles. I get it. Like, things did not go well in New York, and maybe he didn't like the situation, and you're always going to say that, like, you're excited about this new opportunity with wherever you go, but still stings a little bit and kind of makes me feel like at least that he's putting a lot more of the blame on the New York Jets than he's putting on himself. And I don't think that's fair. As I just said a minute ago, I think both sides were in the wrong for the Jets and Mekhi Becton and why things did not work. And I don't know, now because you have two amazing tackles at left and right tackle in Philly, now you're willing to make the adjustments. A little frustrating, but at the end of the day, I don't have any issue with the Jets deciding to let Mekhi Becton walk. I'm bummed out that it didn't work. Instead, the Jets used the 11th pick. They move back in the draft. They trade back, and they draft Olu Fashanu. And I'm excited about his future with the New York Jets. And for Mekhi Becton, I wish him well in Philly, and I'm glad he's happier there. Unfortunately, the Jets, I don't want to put words in his mouth. I think how he acted on social media made it feel like he felt like it was him versus a section of the fans. And while I agree there are assholes in the New York Jets fan base, there's assholes in every fan base. And if you're looking at Philly, I don't know, if he played the first time he plays and has a bad game, how do you think Philly's going to react to it? So that just a little ironic there. But anyway, glad that he is happy in his new situation in Philly. As for the second part of this, Rich Cimini in his article earlier today said the Jets like their safety room. Here's the quote: "There are some interesting names in the free agent market, most notably Justin Simmons and Quandre Diggs, but the Jets are rolling with Clark, Tony Adams, and Ashton Davis. Clark, 29, a longtime starter with the Baltimore Ravens, is a heady and sure tackling, but he has only 5 interceptions in 6 years." I'll be the first one to tell you that I am excited about Chuck Clark being the New York Jets' strong safety in 2024. I think that is an upgrade over what they've ran out there the last 2 years in Jordan Whitehead. There is injury concern, though, because he's coming off the ACL, so we don't know what he's going to look like. He is very confident. He spoke earlier this week that he's confident and he's going to prove people wrong. I hope that's the case. I really do, because I'm a big fan of his game. I think when on the field in Baltimore, he was a very underrated player. I love that he's a short tackler, because that is something that the Jets' last safety duo really wasn't. But then beyond that, you have Tony Adams and Ashton Davis. I thought Ashton Davis played the best football we've seen him ever play with the Jets in 2023. He signs on as a depth player and special teamer. Tony Adams didn't really prove a ton. I thought he was okay last year. There's some pretty nice moments, some others where he didn't look that great. But I think that safety is a spot where, if you're looking at some of the veteran names out there, you would have thought the Jets maybe would be in on a Quandre Diggs or Justin Simmons to put this defense over the top, but I don't think they feel that way, at least according to this Rich Cimini article. I've said this a few times on this channel and Talking Jets. If you're going to be weaker at a positional group, let it be safety. Like, again, you don't want to be weak anywhere, but there was a time when the Jets were prioritizing that position in 2017, drafting Jamal Adams and Marcus May in the first and second round with their first 2 picks. Were they a good safety duo? Yes. Did it move the needle forward for the Jets? No, because they stunk in 2017, 18, 19, 20, and 21. So it didn't really change the trajectory of that Jets franchise, unfortunately. So it's not really a premium position. I would much rather you be strong on the edge, at corner, quarterback, offensive line, wide receiver. Those are the spots that I think you should be investing your resources in. So the Jets not pushing their chips at the table at safety, I'm not overly concerned about it. Is it like, if you're nitpicking and looking for things to talk about, yeah, the Jets safety group isn't great. Do they need a great safety group in order to be a successful defense? I don't necessarily think so. Let me know what you think down below in the comments about the Jets loving this safety group and Mekhi Becton. I am Matt O'Leary. Subscribe if you're new. I'll catch you next time.